Hey, if anybody's out there, I feel like I'm in the dark, like, it's not dark room, but it's like, what am I doing in this room? What am I doing? I look like I'm trapped in a closet out here. Trapped in the closet. No, I think I was cleaning my closet. I think I did Eminem song for some reason instead of the R. Kelly song. Which, hey, who wants to sing R. Kelly songs anyways? Right? What are we doing? What am I doing reciting R. Kelly song? What am I thinking? What are we doing? I'm sure YouTube would take it down anyways. What's up? I see one in here. Hey, it's just us, man. Let's just have a private convo. It's just me and you. Just one on one today, just talking. I lied yesterday. I said I was gonna get on live yesterday. I lied. And I just couldn't. I had a meeting that went a little longer, and then it was like 8, and then I was like, oh, let me just go home and be a father. Let me go home and be a good father to the kid, you know. What's up, Miss McCabe? So I was telling, so I'm apologizing for lying to you, for not coming on yesterday. So I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I lie all the time. I'm actually, I'm actually, like I don't lie to lie, but I'll be like, yeah. See, there you go. My schedule changes all the time. It's never good, you know. But I appreciate the understanding. I just, yeah, I just don't want anybody to ever be like, I hope he hops on, but I know you guys got lives. It's Friday, man. I don't know what everybody's doing. I'm gonna go see Spider-Man tonight at 10:45 for some reason, so I can sleep through it. That's what I'll be doing. So if you're wondering which has is doing at midnight, I'm sleeping through Spider-Man. Not that it's not good, it's just I'm tired. I'm tired. Why are we trying to go to the movies at 10:45? But I got my nephew coming in this weekend, and my brother comes in this weekend, so it should be good times. I'm gonna run LA. I almost drowned my nephew last year in the ocean. We went. He wanted to go boogie boarding. I didn't know he couldn't swim. I did not know that. I didn't think to ask if he could swim because he said he wanted to go boogie boarding in the ocean. So I just thought he could swim, right? Like I was like, oh well, like I didn't know he couldn't swim. So me and my nephew, man, we go boogie boarding, and I'm buying this boogie board, and I'm a decent swimmer. I think I'm a decent swimmer, and we're getting, and it's like 4 p.m. So I guess that it's like right before the tide comes in. This is over the summer, and like the waves are like the good waves, good boogie boarding waves. So I show him, I'm like, man, you got to hop on the thing, and then you hop on at the right time. You know what I mean? And you do the thing. You know what I mean? And you book, and then it brings you onto the shore. Uh, so a wave. My nephew's really short, by the way. So the wave covered his face, and he panicked. It was, as far as he could tell, he was standing in water, and then he was drowning in water. He swallowed all the water he could. He was like, whoa. I was like, why would you why would you time your breath when the wave, like he saw the wave coming? He was like, oh, and then I was like, what are you doing? Like he didn't try to hold his breath. Then he came up. I was like, oh, come on, kid. And so literally, he tried to jump on me, right? So he kicked my feet. We're in the water. So he kicked my feet from underneath me because you're a little lighter in the water. And we both went down. So I had to push him up because like I had to like push him up through the water and hold him. And he was like, I can't swim. And I was like, bro, you're supposed to tell me that before we get into the water. Like, why wouldn't you say that? So my nephew almost drowned. Meanwhile, my wife always claims about being a great swimmer. She swam in high school and shit. She got sucked in by a strong wave. Like she was walking in like she was gonna do some kind of shit. And she, like, the wave took her and then like took her feet. If you stand in the ocean, you can feel the sand as the waves pull back. You'll feel the sand come underneath you. Like they'll come underneath you. And and it just took her out. So she went like turning and spiraling into the ocean. And then it like washed her back up. And then her like pants were falling. It was hilarious. But and I saw another wave coming, and I was like, oh man, she ain't got her shit together. I don't want her to get sucked back in the ocean because I'm not gonna go that far out deep to get her. So I ran over to her and I laid on top of her. Like the ocean sucked her glasses off. Like There's some fish fucking walking around doing this shit around now with perfect vision. She got like so then she had like an eyelash that was half off. And you know me, I made fun of her the whole time. It looked like she just got sucked in a washer machine. She was like, "Oh, catch the red cycle." It was great. Oh my god, I went snorkeling in the Bahamas once, and I now swim. Understand this panic. Why would you go snorkeling and that? Like, why would like snorkeling is under? Well, I don't think it's underwater snorkeling. Is it? That's like scuba diving, but like you're in the water, you're like doing the thing, and you're looking around. Like if you can't swim, stay out the water. If you can't swim, and you go put your floaties on, stay in the kiddie pool. But what are you doing? What are y'all doing? Who can't swim? What are y'all doing? What are you doing? Get out the water. I don't play around with the ocean, bro. I don't play with the ocean. You will get sucked out there. And if you're not a strong swimmer, like when you ain't swimming a while, you got muscles that you ain't used in a long time, and you're reminded that fast. I'm not trying to catch a leg cramp in the water. You're done. I'm not even thinking about the animals at this moment. It's not even about the the onslaught of things trying to eat you in the water. I'm just like the pier, the waves crashing on you. Like it's work to swim in the ocean. And I've never been anywhere tropical. All right, I haven't been to a nice the Bahamas. I'm sure like the water's kind of calmer. I'm assuming. That makes too much sense. Yeah, I was 20 at the time. I wanted the experience. You want the experience of drowning? Well, you got it, Miss McKeever. I want to feel water in my lungs. I want to feel what it's like to have to choke out water. You almost drowned at 12 or 13. This is a Keenan Baker cannot swim, and Keenan is 36. And there's no excuse for anyone to not know how to tread water. You don't have to be Michael Phelps, but to tread water, to keep yourself alive, to keep yourself the bare minimum to keep yourself alive. Not have, you have to keep yourself alive. Y'all wild. Y'all wild. You have to learn how to swim a little bit. You don't have to be like, trying to go across some Atlantic ocean and shit. Just tread water until somebody can come bring you a life preserver. It makes no sense. But y'all want to do cruising, so I don't trust. No, I'm not doing none of that stuff. I don't want to get on no cruise like that because I don't trust these oceans. Man, a storm will come out of nowhere, wash me over with a bunch of people. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I know how to swim to keep myself alive, not to go play in the water. I see the dudes that go jump off into the deep water. I'm like, I don't know what's underneath. No, I'm not doing that. And I'll be the next. I'm shaped like a seal. I'm shaped like a seal. I'm brown. I'm round. I got this little. That's enough for a little. They don't know. They can't tell the difference between me and a seal. Fucking flip me. Have you seen those whales and they'll flip up seals for fun? I'm like, no. I get flipped up by a whale and a shark eats me as a fucking alley oop to my death. I'm not doing that. I should have learned to the mess between. You should learn this today. You can go today. What are you gonna wait 3 weeks for? Go 2 weeks. Go go wade in a pool. You can go on the edge. You can just do this. Like you're not gonna swimming is really, really easy. It's really easy. Of course, like swimming in Olympic, but swimming in a pool, oh, it's so easy. I've been swimming 1,000 times with that since I've stayed away from the water. Get back out there. Don't let a one experience when you're 13 ruin your whole. What do you do? What? Get back out there, Mally Mal. Is it Molly? Mally Mal? Molly like Melly Mel? Molly Mal? Get back out there. Don't be scared of the water. Swimming is great. Ocean is great. I don't do the deep stuff. And then once I see waves, like bigger waves, because you can get sucked out. I don't play that. But if I see calm, serene, cool water, my Izzy, my daughter, loves to swim. Izzy loves it. She loves being in the water. She be in the water. She was when we were at the ocean. She's shivering, like I'm like, get out of there. And then she's like, I want to swim. And I used to hold her, and she would just do this horribly. And I would just hold her as she tried to swim. She's an awful swimmer. But I wanted to get her more swim classes, but we had the pandemic, so I haven't looked at. I don't know I don't know what the rules are now. I figured COVID can swim, so I don't want to just put her in like a pool with other gross kids because I'm pretty sure COVID swims better than Miss McKeeva and Malik Mile. Pretty sure COVID is the Phelps out here. COVID keeps changing. How in the hell does that happen? How does COVID get a new fucking name? Once I felt my lungs still hurting a week later, I know I was done with swimming. That's because you were trying to swallow water. Like you did it wrong. Don't blame the water. You did it wrong. Yeah, like you swam wrong. Don't blame the water was chilling. I was like, I didn't tell your ass to get in here anyway. You hopped in and did it wrong. And you want to blame the water? Don't blame the water. Hop in there. My brother's texting me meanwhile. I'm trying to coordinate picking up my nephew tomorrow. Who who sends somebody to you at 6 in the morning? What? Oh, this nigga gonna have to wait till we get up. I'm not getting up at 6 in the morning to go to LAX to pick you up. You gotta wait, kid. You just gotta wait till the morning. I'm not doing this with you. All right, anyways, I had this thought. I had this thought earlier today about I'm trying to remember what I was reading. So there's this book called The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, right? It's a very famous book, written by Stephen Covey, I believe is his name. And what the fuck is that? What is that? I see like a scratch or something. It could just be my laptop. I'm sorry. And it's a very famous book. Just killing bugs. But I had to scream for someone to get me. They thought I was playing. Man, that's probably because you played too much. If they didn't believe that you were drowning, you played too much in real life. Help gets a laugh. You play too much in real life. That's your own fault. Also, you out here. What's a boy who cried wolf? Yeah. You need to just be serious from now on. Hello, everybody. How are you? No jokes from you. So I read this book by Stephen Covey, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the things that he said in there was that stuck with me is that it said something like, I'm paraphrasing horribly, by the way, that people have I'm gonna get this all wrong. Uh I guess there's two things that people don't have, I never get. Anyways, or fears, something like that. One is that people don't know what they want, and two, if they do know, they don't know how to get what they want. And I really broke that down of like not knowing what you want, because I feel like that happens to me a lot in my career. I get like not wishy washy. I know I love making people laugh and I want to entertain and make money entertaining some point. But what happens is that there's so many things out there that we can lose focus of the goal between life, family, career options. You just go like, dang man, like you start doing so many things or so many things are happening at one time. You kind of just forget like where your joy is and what makes you happy, and you want to go do other things. And it's kind of hard to put like, to keep everything in perspective and keep following this tunnel that can lead to where you want to go. I think one of the things that I used to do all the time is I would make a plan, probably, a plan that God said, here you go, buddy, follow that. And I was like, cool, cool, cool. And by step two, I'm like, hey, that over there looks like a shorter route. Like God hand you a map, and you like, I gotta do all this. And then you like, but that looks fine. But it goes that way, and then there's like a space. You know what I mean? What up, shy guy? You ever see one of those maps or you go on like MapQuest and then like it's a dead end, but then the same place, it's the same street picks up on the other side of something? That was me doing anything. I would be like, yeah, but if I could figure out what's on the other side of that, I could probably get to that place faster. Then I had to go retrace my steps and start back from ground zero. It's happened so many times. So one of the bigger things to me was like a clear cut goal of what you want, and then you make a plan of how to get what you want. You got to be super clear on what you want. And my what you wants were very, very big in the beginning of my career starting out. It was very, very big. I was like, I want to be a great comedian. I want to do this. And I had all these giant goals, and I would just go out and do stuff and not have a plan, like a day-to-day plan. Shy guy. Well, don't get fired watching me, shy guy. I appreciate you, bro, but don't get fired. Watch. I'm actually gonna tell you to quit your job. That's whatever your job is. Did I say MapQuest? I might have said MapQuest. I'm old. I used to do MapQuest all the time. But I definitely meant like a Google Maps or navigation or whatever it is. Or you just mapping something. But I definitely did MapQuest. Yo, MapQuest, you had to print out MapQuest back in the day. You had to print it out. And if it was wrong, it was just wrong. Like MapQuest was great unless it was wrong. Because you'd be like, oh, okay, we got the directions, take a left, take a right here. You'd have to use a map. But if MapQuest was wrong, you couldn't just go somewhere and print out a new map. You had to go ask a stranger and hope they knew where you were. Hey man, I'm trying to find fucking Aliquippa. That's Tony's always. I have no idea where that's at. And you just had to go and ask them. I used to remember asking people all the time. Now I don't ask people for shit nowadays. You don't ask people for nothing. The dude at the gas station was the smartest. The dude at the gas station was a goddamn geographical genius. That dude at the gas station knew everything. All right, man, you're going down here, take a left. That's the 170. You're going about there about 2.5 miles. You're gonna see such and such on the right. You take a right there. Then you're gonna take a left, man. You're gonna see this tree. That's kind of crooked, man. It's kind of doing like this kind of thing. When you see that tree, you know what I'm talking about too. When you see that tree, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. You take that left right down there, man. You're gonna pass the sewer, man. The sewer's open. We complained about it. Nobody's fixed it for months for some reason, man. We actually said, I'm getting off track. You keep going past that, you're gonna see, go take a right. You right there, but you can't miss it. It'd be great. Gas station dudes are never wrong. The dude at the gas station always wrong. The dude working at the gas station never wrong. If you ever ask somebody at a gas station, "Hey, how do you get to something?" You gonna let me see what the sun is. You be like, this nigga. Just, come on, man. You don't know where the hell you at. You ask gas station guys. I bet you feel used now. There's a guy at the gas station. Like, you lost, buddy? No, you got it on your phone? Okay. All right. Hot Cheetos? Okay, cool. Oh, Takis. You guys are younger. Younger people do Takis. Oh, Takis. Okay, that's what you're doing. Anyways, talking about being clear. Jokes wasn't clear what a Walmart used to be. Ah, hilarious was good. You remember what a Walmart used to be? Yeah, yeah. when I'm from Lansing, when Lansing got a Walmart, it was such a big deal. It was a big deal. I remember when Lansing got a Popeyes off of MLK, because of course it's off MLK. And there were these long lines, and there was a KFC right down the street. And Popeye had these long, long lines, like going all the way down the block, all the way down Martin Luther King. It was longer than the March to Selma. That's how long that line was on Martin Luther King. And I got it. Once I had it, I got it. I said, "Oh, Popeyes is delicious." You got to get me off track. Let's stay focused. Talking about being clear. What's that, Tanya? Tanya R. What's happening? Or is it Tonya? Or is it Tonya? Tanya, what's happening? Being clear on what you want. So for me, I think things started changing for me. I started writing down exactly what I wanted to accomplish goal by goal. And one was like, of course, to write on a show, to produce and all this other stuff. Everything that I've gotten so far. My next goal is to sell a show of my own that has my name in it, created by, which I was really close. I guess I can tell you guys this. I don't know what I can and can't tell you. It's just us. It's just us here, right? It's just us. CBS passed on a show that we pitched, which is fine because I know that I didn't even necessarily want to go to CBS because CBS does, CBS kind of does like boring, stale, not stale. They do good shows, but they're slow. They're not for like usually younger people. So I had a show that we pitched with some people. I don't think I can say all that stuff, but CBS passed. But I wanted to go to Netflix, Paramount Plus, anyways. Paramount Plus is the place I'm hoping it goes, or Netflix would be cool. You can't get mad at either one. I'm just happy if it gets on somewhere. But um, this is the first time I got a chance to pitch to a really big network. So I was really excited for that. And because that was cool, I remember sitting in jail and then I got a chance to pitch in front of some CBS execs. So that was kind of cool. And then you learn a lot, yeah, the neighborhood is solid. They passed on me. The neighborhood passed on me to write on their show. So I hope that show gets canceled. I'm just joking. I hope that show does as many episodes as Cedric wants to go. But it was one of those things that I was like, hey man, like that's a really good pitch. And I had to learn a lot about the follow-up questions that a lot of these execs asked. I wasn't ready for 'em. I had no idea what they were talking about. They're like, so what do you see these characters going in 4 years? I was like, oh, I was just trying to get one episode on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think that, they'll be married still and the kids will get older. And yeah, I was a little smoother than that, but that's how I felt on the inside. I felt completely off guard. Uh, on CBS also I liked. I didn't watch Young Sheldon, but I did like Big Bang Theory. I thought Big Bang was cool. It was something really different. So I like Big Bang Theory. And back in the day, I loved King of Queens. King of Queens was one of my favorite shows ever. But that was to me the best show that CBS has had probably since I Love Lucy. I think that was CBS. Probably since I Love Lucy, which is to me the greatest sitcom of all time. And Lucille Ball is probably one of my biggest comedic influences ever. Lucille Ball's got to be up there. So getting a chance to pitch on network. So I want to have a creative a creative by show. Another goal that I haven't even done, and this is why important that like I kept talking about all these movies I want to get done. I have so many half written ideas. King of Queens is classic. It's like I saw myself in Doug Heffernan. I said, "Oh, that's me." So I have all these half ideas. Like if you looked at my laptop, it would be like a bunch of half-eaten candy wrappers somewhere, just trash and stuff thrown. I'm like, yeah, this stuff is molding. Like those are all my scripts in my laptop. It needs to be cleaned out completely. But it's also one of those things where I lose. I'll have an idea. No, I'm saying this is it's stuff that everybody struggles with. Like you have an idea, and I won't finish it. And there's one writer. His name is a comedian also. Hugh Moore told me three things that you can take, and it's not just writing, but anywhere in life. He said, read every day, write every day, and finish things. Ugh! That shit eats me at me. Finish things. I said, man, if I could do that, I wouldn't be struggling. I'd be just fine if I could finish things. Finish things? That haunts me. Finish things? Ugh. How many ideas have you had that were really good ideas? You started and it's just sitting somewhere. That was one of the big I get mad at myself. I go like, you're disgusting. Pooh, I spit on myself. Pooh, you're disgusting. You disgust me, Chaz. But yeah, finishing things. So and then you know what I do? I'm a guy. I'm so you guys have seen me talk so far. I'm super flighty. I have the attention span of a gnat. So I have a lot of little reminders. I have my screensaver is notes, and then on my laptop when I open it, it's like you have to do this today. It's not the daily thing; it's just scripts that I haven't finished. So literally every time I look at something, it's a reminder to be focused because I have zero focus. I've gotten pretty far to have absolute zero focus. It's not bad for somebody who can't focus. But I'm a class clown. I'm a comedian. I just want to do what's funny to me. I don't want to think. I don't want to do anything crucial. I just go like, oh, this is funny. I want to do that. And writing is the complete opposite of that. What's up, Trey Tucker? What's happening? Writing is a complete opposite. Writing is sitting down, focusing, thinking, finishing. I had to make sure the ending is so enveloped in like all this other stuff because you have to make sure the end makes sense. You always start with the ending, and then I go back to the beginning, and then you have to make sure your characters are developed. And there's so many different steps that go into finishing, let alone a TV show, but a movie, which is harder to me than a TV show. So there's like and then I got a chance to work with. I'm just gonna tell you guys stuff, okay? Hopefully it's not flexing, but it's not like huge stuff, but it's just stuff. So let's be honest. Let's have some honesty moments. I got a chance to do some stuff with Miss Tisha Campbell, who I love to death. She's wild as shit. This is all stuff I don't say on Daddy Issues, so I don't think I have, but I got a chance to work with Tisha Campbell. It's funny, man, because she's so loud. But she's so full of love and energy, and she just be like, "Yeah, what up, nigga?" She's wild, but she's great. And so, I got a chance to I did two movies for her, and that's probably like the most like work I've ever done because writing 90 to 100 pages, a sitcom I do 30 pages maybe. A sitcom is easy for me, but a movie, I was like, this is triple the work. And in sitcoms, your characters don't change, and in movies, your character has to change by the end. Something they have to learn, have to grow. But in TV, your characters never change. It's the same person, different situation. Sitcom, situational comedy, same people, different situation, right? So it's really the opposite of what I'm used to doing. I've done a lot of TV, but it's hard to do that. Love the research of our black actors and actresses. Yeah, Tisha, she's shooting a show for Netflix right now with dude who played Doogie Howser. That's the oldest reference, but that's what I know him from still. He's Doogie Howser, the ever for me. Neil Patrick Harris. They're doing a show together on Netflix, which is cool. What's the biggest celebrity you've met or wrote for? The biggest celebrity I've met? Like I've met Chris Rock, I've met Dave Chappelle. I got a chance to talk. Damon Wayans was the guy I got a chance to, and without even Craig's help. Oh, Marlon. Yeah, I spent a lot of time with Marlon. Not a lot of time with Marlon, but I know Marlon. Um, Marlon knows my name finally. I highly doubt Damon knows my name, but he knows my face, which would be cool. Which is cool. So MC Light, of course, who is a hip hop icon. So I haven't met like some of the bigger. I haven't met like Martin or Jamie Foxx yet. Which who Bentley, who I work for, knows very well. I haven't met them yet. I haven't even asked. I feel like everything will happen in time. You just keep working and you'll get a chance to meet, work with the people you want to work with. I had a chance to meet Adam Sandler, and I didn't go up to him because I was like, "I'm gonna meet you on my terms, Sandler. We're gonna meet on my terms. I'm gonna do a project. You're gonna do them. We're gonna work together on my terms." That was kind of how I wanted to meet people, was on like my terms. But doing stand up, I've met Cat Williams. I met some of these cats just at the Comedy Store, just at the Laugh Factory, just being around. I met Kevin Hart. So like I met these guys. I haven't worked with them yet, but meeting, yeah. But like chopping up with and talking to Damon, Senior and Junior, of course, and then Marlon have been the biggest ones. But it's all in that comedy family for the most part. I'm thinking, oh, I met Tony Braxton. She was so gorgeous. I met Tony Braxton. Was too much of a bitch to ask her for a picture. That's how fucking I was shameful. I was so shameful. I just all that. I had to look like a. It was disgusting. I was like, she was so gorgeous and tiny and beautiful, and she smelled amazing, all that good stuff. What's up, Honey Ray Amoy? What day is this new pod drop? I can't tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna have it crazy. So I'm realizing that my laptop is too old now to download some of these bigger files, like when you do 4K. So I originally, when the laptop that I have now is a Mac, but it's 2014, and I was just writing, so it wasn't a big deal. But before, when I bought it, my old laptop before this one couldn't process 1080p. And now that everything's in 4K and higher, my laptop just can't process these 4K videos. And I'm out of space because a 4K video takes up so much more space, especially for an hour and a half. And I think our last combo was 2 hours. So I've had this laptop for so long, I'm just out of space. So I got to get a new laptop, which I've been fighting off for a few years now. Um, so sorry, that's my brother. You made a separate podcast to tell writing stories, by the way, like the new podcast with Dion. Um, I'm not opposed. I'm not having I would have melted Tony in like a comment of mine, almost passed out. Yeah, no, Tony Braxton's she was just, and her son was acting on our one of our shows. So she came in to support her kid. I was just like, man, I grew up. What's funny about Tony Braxton? I grew up listening to so much Tony Braxton because my mom was a huge fan of Tony Braxton, right? So I'm 6 or 7, like 7 whole nights. Can't take it once. And my kids were like, "Is he okay?" He says, "I'm very sad. I've had about enough of you. I'd rather be on my." It's like, what is wrong with this kid? Why is he singing this horrible breakup song? And he's 7. So I had, I know way too many Tony Braxton songs. So my mom would just play her whole album, right? So when I met her, I was kind of like, Tony Braxton. And I was like, be cool, 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 be cool. Hi, Miss Braxton, how are you? My name is Chaz. I'm one of the writers. Okay, bye. It was so not smooth. She looks like, yeah, she's so. Oh, I met Lisa Ray, real nigga. She's mad cool, beautiful still. That ass is still there if you was wondering. Still nice. She's gorgeous. Lisa Ray was mad cool. Um, who else have I met? I've met a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people that I've met. I don't talk to a whole lot of people or like stay in contact with them. So, and I guess it depends on, who you guys are like, who your fans and friends of. Because in the social media world, especially like amongst black people, like, King Batch, King Karan, both Kings, interesting. Jade is my guy, Tony, of course, Jahan. Like those are all my friends from just, being around and stuff like that. So, and I've got them on. I got Jahan and Jade to come be on the show a couple times. Trying to build shows around them too. It's just the business of Hollywood is annoying and slow, and it's very very nice. Stand up was so much easier to get stuff done. I told my girl moving to Atlanta just to run into Lisa Ray. Hey man, she is gorgeous and she's cool and she's mad cool. But you can't call her Lisa. You can't call her Lise. You have to say Lisa Ray. It is mandatory that you call her Lisa Ray. You do not want to catch the fury of a Lise or a Lisa. She is not your homegirl. She is Lisa Ray. Oh, I met Yo Yo, the rapper. She was mad cool. Yo Yo was mad cool. Oh, Master P was mad cool. I sat down and talked to Master P for a long time. We talked for like an hour. He was mad cool, telling the stories. Yeah, I didn't know what poor was until he told me stories about growing up in Louisiana and New Orleans. Them cats. He said he used to put his family. They would put garlic and water and have like just bottles, like big buckets of garlic water. And I was like, well, what y'all do with them? He's like, I don't know. We just had buckets of garlic water. I was like, why? Like, why, P? He was like, this is how we grew up. So, uh, his story is crazy. Master P's story. I mean, he just told us he was great. He was super cool. Um, he was big for me. I grew up. I was like 12 or 13 when make him say, Master P ran my whole middle school, damn near high school. I remember being on a bus and football talking, we bought it. Like we were hyped for Master. I got that hookup. Holla if you hear me. So, P was big to me. Yes, I would love to have time with Master P. Ghetto Dope was my ish. Yeah. I mean, and then just the entrepreneur mind that Master P has. I'm talking about somebody who's focused and gets having products on shelves is what makes people billionaires. Having something to sell that the masses can buy, something that you can produce cheaply compared to what you can sell it for. And he was always big on that mass producing, mass producing. And he was big on like, and from his music to movies, like he got shoes, he got stuff in grocery stores, he's got cereal, he's got barbecue sauce and shit like that. Master P's out here, excuse me, doing it. I want to meet Sean and Marlon Wayans getting roasted to oblivion. Yeah, well, Marlon will roast you too. You can't breathe. I've only met Sean once. He was really quiet and reserved. But Marlon will roast anybody. It don't matter who you are. He knows you or not. If you in that vicinity and it's go time, nigga, nah, just hollering out. And don't get offended. You can't get roasted and get offended. It gets worse. You can't get mad. You just gotta laugh. You just gotta take it and laugh. And you just gotta be like, motherfuckers. So they were cool. Who else? I got to hang out with probably almost like a whole Martin cast, Carl Payne. I did a movie with Tommy Ford before he passed away, which I did with Barry Brewer. If y'all know Barry, he had cast me in a film called, it was so long ago, I can't remember, it was 2012. It was a long time ago. But me and Barry been bros forever since then. If y'all know my man Barry Brewer. So yeah, who's on Bruz? Tyler Perry's Bruz on BET. Angel Conway, who was on Bigger, BT Omar Gooding, who's just got a show on Disney called Saturdays that's coming out soon. So yeah, there's a lot of bigger to smaller people that I got a chance to work with who I grew up watching that I'm very fortunate to even maintain a good relationship with them now. I try to text people often just to see how they're doing. So that's cool that people will like respond to you that, that they fuck with you, which is great, which is more than I could ever ask for, whether it's smaller, less known people to bigger known people. I appreciate it. Yeah, Barry from the Shy, he'll let you know every chance he get. We'll be talking about friggin' forks and Barry Blood. Well, the first fork was made in Chicago. All right, Barry. And I love Chicago, by the way. I lived there for like a year and a half, like 2004 or five. And I went to Columbia College in Chicago. I didn't really go, but I was there, but I didn't really go. I went for like a whole week, maybe. Then I was like, well, I'm not doing school of any kind. And I went for like an acting class, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't go to school. So I dropped out. But I stayed in Chicago because it was great, and the food was amazing, and women are great, and I had a lot of friends and a lot of fun, and stand up and improv was great there. Dropping knowledge on each other, LOL. Oh, absolutely. Um, so yeah, I think we were talking about what being and you guys, man, feel free to ask me questions. Like I said, if there's anything you guys want to ask, if you guys have writing questions, if you guys are interested in the field at all, I can be super honest and answer what I know. I can't divulge stuff from other people or like other stuff, man. There's so much bullshit about all these contracts and what's the word? These NDAs, these non-disclosure agreements, which I'm in one. So I think there's some things I can say. Now that you guys are snitches, I don't think anyone here is a snitch. I vouch for you all with my life. With my life. Remember that scene in was it In Too Deep? And he was like, "Not Jay Reed. Tell him Jay Reed ain't no cop. Jay Reed." That's how I feel about y'all. Y'all ain't no cops. He was so hurt, right, Jay Reed? Jay Reed. LL was so hurt. Uh, so yeah, I think that having a clear intent. Um, so for me, I go like, "Are you remember for me?" I know David Arnold. I don't really know him like that. I never took his class, and I would see him around. We probably know each other. Like I know him probably way more than he knows of me. I'm sure he knows my face because I've seen him a lot, but we never really talked. I would just see him. Chris Spencer's another dude who I would always see, who probably knows my face, might have heard my name around. Nah, bro, we seen daddy issues. You know, you leaving us in the restaurant. Hilarious. Nah, man, not y'all. That's them. They said whoever was there. Y'all, I know personally. I said if I know you guys, my friends, I got your back in there. If you were strangers, with the eight of you, nah, I got y'all. We getting out there together. We staying there together. So yeah. I want to be super intentful. So I'm trying to make sure I take intent with me, and I'm trying to make sure that I know exactly what I want going into 2022. And I'm talking like I know that, and my thing isn't even about selling movies. I just want to finish three movies. I want to finish writing three movies to completion. Once I have something done, the writing to me is the hardest part. The other part is being patient because, like, but let's say I get this movie done with Tisha Campbell, and then it's like you got to wait for everybody. You got to wait for studios. You got to wait for a production company. You got to wait for everybody's schedule. Like, once just because you get something done, is everybody says they want to do it. It's still when I get done into a year. All black. Post more on IG. I don't know what to post on IG. Honestly, I find IG boring. Honestly, I don't really scroll on there. Um, I'm not interested by Instagram. Like YouTube interests me, and I guess it's kind of the same thing because the people here, but the community you can build. And I guess you can do it on Instagram, but it Instagram doesn't call to me. It doesn't. I have way more interest on YouTube and talking to people here than I ever did on Instagram. Even though I don't know, I probably have it backwards as far as community building, but I don't know. I don't care to post anything that's up there. Like that's if anything, I'll post it probably just be more quotes. You know what I mean? I don't have more clips of like daddy issues and podcasts and stuff, but there's nothing on there. Like I watch Tony post and I go like, that's a lot of work. I'm not doing all that. I used to, when me and Tony lived together, I would hear him doing voiceovers. I'm like, what in the fuck? And all you hear was like, and you be like, what the hell is going on over there? How far along are you now into the three, if you don't mind sharing? Into the three movies? Is that what you're talking about? Not far at all. So one is done. I had to do some rewrites, which is expected. I met Robert Townsend once, which was amazing, and he told me that writing is rewriting. So that's what you're going to be doing if you're writing. You can use it as a promotional tool. Yeah, and my thing is like I'm not. I don't know. I go back and forth on like, yo, do you want to promote yourself on Instagram? Because I don't care to be, not known. I'm very comfortable, happy being because I get to work and be in a field that I like and I'm happy. But I know success comes with more fame or blah 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 blah. I'm not interested in being famous. I'm just interested in being successful. So, and I know it can definitely help having the eyes on you. All that stuff can help, but I'm not trying to like come out here and sell a podcast. I go, yo, this is fun for me and it's fun for people who watch. So that makes sense. I just want people to come and watch and laugh and take it in. Let's just have real conversations. And really talk and be honest, be stupid, and be silly, all those things. You can like, I hate when people think this is one of the things that gets me about daddy issues is that when I leave here, I'm a good father. When I leave here, like, oh, I'm not at daddy issues now, but in life in general, or in the writer's room, I'm a good, husband. I'm a good son. My mom is with me now. I try to be a good friend. I think I do a pretty good job of being a good friend, but I'm an asshole at the same time, all the time to the people I love. I roast you, I make fun of you, I treat you like shit, I call you names, but I also do anything for you, right? And then I tell you that I love you while I'm making fun of you. But yeah, I'm not none of that. Yeah, I don't post. There's a lot of like MC Light stuff and clips that went around. I don't really post that stuff because it's not mine. I don't own it, so I don't post that stuff. But um, I would post more of the stuff if I owned it for sure. But I don't own a Light Show or Millennials. I support it. It's just not doesn't mean that big a thing for me to post it right now. But you're 100% right, and I recognize that. And I'm trying. And it's probably just me in my own head being like, some things are just work, and you just have to do it. So that's probably a big part of it. I just have to do it. But I told you guys going on live was a big thing for me. But I want to make this a regular thing. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Damn, what was I saying? Something about what the fuck was I talking about? I don't know. Something about movies. I know. Tisha's movie had to do a rewrite. Which is whatever. I mean, rewrites are part of the gig. So I did two movies for her. So I want to do one that's and you know what? There's a strategy behind it. People buy Christmas movies. People buy rom-com movies next to Valentine's Day. So especially black folks, right? So I know I can go sell a movie to all black. I know I can sell a movie to Netflix. I know I can sell a movie. VH1 just did a bunch of them. TV1 they do a bunch of TV movies. I had one. I had to deal with Bounce some years ago. But Bounce, me and my buddy, we were gonna do it with Bounce. I definitely probably shouldn't say this, but Bounce didn't pay us enough money. They didn't offer enough money, and we did an entire outline. We were ready to go, and we kept trying to negotiate. And Bounce wouldn't move on something like poultry. I don't want to give you guys the price, but just to say it was like I'm not doing that for that. It was that. It was one of the what? It was one of those looks, and I really wanted to build a relationship with Bounce because I believed in what we were building over there. But we turned down a deal. Yeah, purely because like that budget was just too low. And they kept talking about what upset me about it is that so they didn't come with any, if you're in a writers guild or more shows that you do or movies that you do, you get a writers guild thing, which is the union for the writers, right? And if you're in the union, you get residuals. So most actors who act get residuals for whatever they've been in, and same with that. Now, some of these other shows was like streamers, they don't get residuals yet, but they'll pay you more money because, and I think that's a fight that they'll probably strike eventually, SAG and Writers Guild, because people who do that work aren't getting residuals, right? So for me, I was like, that's why I'm fine with the residuals. You guys have commercials. There's a point system also that you can get into. You can get stuff on points, and I was like, well, great. Like, share what percentage of points can we get? And they didn't offer any percentage on that either. And then they were telling us like how many times if it's a network original, they're gonna run that 100 times a day. If it's a network original, they own it. They don't have to pay anybody for it. They're gonna run it all the time. And then they're talking about putting on their app, and they're talking about selling it international. I heard every kind of way they're gonna make money, but not how I was gonna make more money. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I like that don't make sense. Y'all gonna make money internationally, but y'all don't want to pay me the minimum. I was like, oh y'all, and it became a big deal where like Bounce soured on us because we didn't want to pay for. And they brought us on us. They brought me on a set that they were shooting another movie on, and they were showing me like this is real. You can have a real movie that you're producing and writing on. But I was like, yo, if I'm producing and writing on it, like, y'all need to pay. I made more writing a sitcom than I would have made on a movie. That makes for 30 minutes an episode than I would have made on. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. So that's why I turned on that deal. But you have to like, you got to kind of yeah, exactly. You got to know your worth. Also, man, my time, man. I'm just like I don't know how much time that takes. Like we're talking about months that I can't do anything else because I'm on a not a contract. What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it is a contract. Retainer? No, commission. It's pretty much commission. So I'm pretty much freelance. I don't have somebody that I work for until someone hires me. But between us, I'm probably not supposed to say it, but between us, season 2 of MC Light Show got picked up. Partners Rhyme. So if you watched it, thank you. If you didn't, you still got time. I won't say anything bad about you until after the last episode. But we got word that it come back for season 2, so that's great. So I have another job. So I probably missed some episodes of Daddy Issues coming up, but You'll be fine without me for a little bit. You'll be fine. So it's really good that I get to feed my kid again. I get to pay my rent again for a couple more months. So that's really good. Uh, yeah. So where am I in movies? Not far at all. I'm not. I have ideas down. I have a bare outline of some ideas. I'm not very far at all. 'Cause I'm still trying to finish up some TV shows that I have never written. Thank you, thank you for the congrats, honey Ray Amor. So I'm still trying to finish up some TV shows. Cause what I don't have, what I have is I have a lot of pitch decks. Yo, what's up, kid? Click when you get. What I have is a lot of pitch decks, which is just like, here's the show idea, and it's like pictures, ideas, characters, log line, all that other stuff. Yeah, I'm trash at Call of Duty. I can't play because then you got to practice to get good, and I'm trash at Call of Duty. I don't even try. I got to play games that end. I got to play games that have a beginning and an ending, so I can be done with it. I gotta get out of there. I can't play no open world shit. People be on GTA for hours. I gotta get out of there. So yeah, I have a lot of pitch decks. So I just gotta get more pilots done. I gotta get more pilots done, and then you can sell. What's in the future for Chaz? What's in the future? Here's what I want to do. I'll tell you exactly what I want. um, I've always wanted to produce TV, and I always wanted to make it easier for people of color, especially, but people in general, to get into the Hollywood business because it's really tough to get into the business of Hollywood. It's really hard, and it shouldn't be this hard unless you know somebody, right? Unless you get somebody. I was in a Marlon's writers room once. I came to visit. I was hanging out with him, and I was like, "Yo, I'll do." I was already writing on shows, but I told Craig that I would be a writer's PA, or I was off, but I was like, "I do a writer's PA, or writer's assistant." And Craig was like, "You don't want to do that because it's taking a step back." But I'm like, "I ain't got a job right now, so I'm do anything, right?" And he told me they had a writer's PA or had a writer's assistant, whatever it was. But he was like, the vice president's nephew of NBC was a writer's PA, and I was like, "Well, look, if that's who I'm going against, then I don't have a chance." I was like, I don't have a chance at this because I can't compete with the nephew of NBC exec. Like that's what you're going up against. It's so much nepotism, and I got a chance to do it. I've hired Serene, and I hired DC's daughter, Avi, and friends. I've hired Keon's wife, so I got a chance to hire people that I know. Even though what I do was smaller, it's an end, and if you work hard, man, I have my homegirl Kyra Talise. She just did a guest cameo on Insecure, and she just wrote on the show with Craig Robinson. I think that's on Peacock or something like that, or NBC. Wait, it was Peacock NBC. I might be mixed. There's too many networks. Too many networks. Anyway, she started with us. My homegirl Miranda. She worked on Call Me Cat. She started with us. Yvonne Orgy started with Bent on Love That Girl's a writer. Clayton Thomas, Brisha Webb started with Bentley on Love That Girl. Fonzo McCullough. There's a gang of people who started with him. Clayton Thomas, as you guys know, Tange. There's again, not that they started there, but they got bigger there. So there's a ton of people who came up through the bent ranks for smaller things to get good, and what kept me there so long is that it just kept promoting me. I was a writer, then I was a punch up writer, then they made me a writer, and then they made me a producer, and I just got a co-EP. I'm millennial, so like, hey man, y'all keep promoting me. I stay. Just keep buying me. I can be bought, guys. I can be rented, as I said. You're rented. Yeah. So what's in the cards for me? I want to produce a lot more. I want to do. I want to make Hollywood way more accessible for people who have good ideas. Um, it's just too many. It's too many networks, too much opportunity for only to be a handful of people who gets in the business. It should be way more easier. So that's one goal I want to have. So I want to be able to have a really big production company where we do so much. But a lot of it is teaching. A lot of it is I want to be able to teach people way more than just their job, but the whole scope of the business. Because right now the market is if you have a star, if you have a good idea, I mean the show, the star, you need a showrunner and a production company. You can go sell a TV show. You got to have this whole big package, right? It's about packaging. So for the show that I pitched to CBS, I had the star. I went and got him. I had the idea, took it to the star. He said I want to do it. I had Bentley. I always got Bentley as a showrunner, so I always have him. and then we took it to different production companies who had a deal with a network. So it's a lot that goes in to actually pitch a TV show and to get shows on. But my thing is that I'm gonna put up 100 shots. If none go in, I'm gonna go put up 100 more. None of those go in, I'm just gonna keep putting up shots. And I'm a rapid shooter. I come up with ideas really fast, and now I have a team. I've cultivated my own team over time, who we all are really good, have gotten really good at making pitch decks, and we all work together and we go like, I got this. Who do you know? Who there? Like the cats who did Millennials from, and I get to add like a lot of different people that I meet, and I call them like, hey, do you know such and such? Because we're trying to get a hold of blah 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 blah. So we do a lot of that now, and I can put a deck together. We can write a script fast, something good quality, not just some trash. I don't shit on Tyler Perry stuff because I actually admire what he does. I don't watch a lot of his shows, but his formula is crazy dope. Great formula. He probably just needs a little more love on some of his scripts, though. But great formula for what he does. It's fast and it's efficient and it looks good on camera. It's not always cut great, but he's in a rush. He's a busy guy. Okay, there's too much room out here for not one to get it. Way too much room. How is everybody since off his death? I talked about it a little bit yesterday. How everybody's been since off his death. Everybody's doing about as good as you can be doing. I'm actually surprised everybody's doing as well as they're doing and functioning at the level that people are functioning at. Because it's hard to take a lot of deaths like that back to back to back to back to back for some others. On top of that, I think like Keon's grandfather passed, and I think Lou, his father, passed. Probably shouldn't have told y'all that, but don't tell nobody. Um, so it's a lot. It's a lot for other people, and we just keep trying to be there for each other, right? So it's just love by committee, you know. Um, so I talked about getting. What I want to do? I want to also. One thing I really, really want to do is I want to start going to like black colleges and talking to people about script writing, about television writing and the business of writing. I would love to go to black colleges and colleges in general, but black colleges. And usually when I talk to the people, they don't have a huge budget, but I'm really cheap. And if you pay for me to go, I'll go. And if I can go somewhere for free, if you can buy spare $400 for a plane ticket, I'll show up. So I really want to go give. I love to go give speeches around and kind of tell people the ins and outs of the business, and not necessarily how to break in. I can tell you what I did and what I know other people have done to break in, but I want to tell people like how it's way more important about being. My whole thing was that I know I'm going to be an expert. I'm going to go be an expert in one thing. I know that if I was an expert and I was great and amazing at one thing, I'll always work. I'll always work if I can be a go-to guy, right? So I knew that as long as and so that's why when writing took off, I went all in instead of still doing stand up but still trying to act while writing. Because I was like, I have an in that I've been begging for. So I'm gonna go 100% in. I'm gonna learn everything inside and out. And that's what I did. I just went all in and I put everything else down. I put improv down, I put stand up down, and I put being a father down. And I just went all in on the writing and it turned into producing. And now, people call me for stuff, which is what I wanted, right? So, and I've done stand up since I was 18, and I stopped when Izzy was born, so up to like 3 years ago. So until I was 33, I guess. And I don't always feel whole because there's a big chunk of me missing in that stand up realm. But I know it's there. I know it's there. And I can always go back to it. I watch Keenan Ivory Wayans go back. I watch Robert Townsend go back. I watch Damon Wayans go back. I watch who's that white dude who did The Hangover? Not The Hangover. He did 24 Real Virgin. He directed that. I can't remember his name. Uh, 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 Judd Apatow. He went back to stand up. He started off with like Sandler and whatnot back in the day, and they were like roommates. So I know stand up isn't going anywhere. And as long as I have an interesting story to tell and a work ethic, which I have, I can always go back and do it. But this opportunity, if I go away, they might forget you, and I don't want to be forgotten. So I was like, I got this. Let me bunker down and be the guy that people go to, and I wanted to be a go-to guy, which I've accomplished that. So now it's just doing it on a bigger scale, and what I like about small networks like All Black or Bounce or TV1 is that I always be working, which is good. So I can take really big swings in the meantime, you know. So now it's about trying to go get somebody who shit. I'm trying to get a hold of Jason Momoa right now. So if you know him, I'm just trying to go get ahead. Like whoever's the biggest guy out there, I'm trying to go get, and whoever's right underneath until someone says yes. So that's my plan, is to keep doing really good, high quality, funny stuff, heartfelt stuff. I want to do some dramas. You know, I was talking to a Dion about actually is that sometimes I'll just have dialogue that I write down, and I have no, I have like nothing to put it in. I was like, damn, that's just some dope dialogue. I gotta do something with that. And it's hard to fit dialogue in a scene randomly. So me and Dion just talked about just shooting random scenes and putting them up. So you guys might see some dramatic scenes of me and Dion just off the whim every now and then. Why not? We'll just put it up, and even the funny ones, you know, just start doing silly stuff and getting back to like to get a chance to really be, everything's kind of calmed down too, you know. Even with Izzy being older, that helped a lot. So I don't feel like I have to be at home 24/7 and help out the wife as much and my mom, because you know it's a lot. It's a lot to have a kid. Uh, thank you, Kid Clip from the Yip. Yeah, so you know we've been talking about doing that a lot, and I think we will, you know, pretty soon. And then a lot of it is just us practicing. You know, Dion's a great director who never gets to show enough of his talent. So we want to do things where Dion can show how dope he is, and you know, I can show how dope I am, and we can just do a bunch of different dope things that we don't push ourselves because we're trying. You know, Dion runs a studio and he edits all the time, and he has it's quote unquote his day job. You know, and then writing is pretty much my day job, but it's not exactly what you want to do. You know, we want to get back into the business of entertaining in front of the camera just as much as behind it. You know, because it's just fun. You know, like going scenes gonna have me crying. This murder was brought to you by Rouse. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I messed up on a podcast, so I'm gonna wait till next Thursday to release it. I just gotta, like I said, I gotta go get a new laptop and figure out what I did wrong. Dion kept trying to explain to me, but I'm an idiot. So Dion was like, it's not that hard, nigga. All you gotta do is download the. I was like, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what's happening. The way you got it out the mud keeps me inspired. Thank you, Crow Little. I didn't think I said what's up, T Gib, by the way. Um, yeah. Great. I'm glad it's inspirational. The whole reason I started C Minus Society was because my thought was like, yo, I'm an idiot, and look how far I got. I was like, I did nothing but dumb shit to dumb shit to dumb shit, and look how far I got. I know that if I actually like use my brain and try, anybody can do anything that they're trying to do. But I don't think enough people hear from others that you can do it. Like nobody's really that special. That separates them. It's just the work ethic and the actual part of doing and not quitting. You know, I used to say all the time, there's no difference between Jordan, Larry Bird, Tiger Woods. I was like, the only difference between like the people who are the best is that they just did it more often better than anybody. It's just the work behind it. You know, talent will get you so far, but work ethic turns into skill, and that's what you really pay somebody for, is skill. You know what I mean? To be an expert in something. So anytime I see somebody who's the best, they're the expertise in their craft, and I wanted to be the best that I can be in something. And I just know it goes by the work, by reading and studying, and you know all those little things that you just have to make time for. I'm right and musician. You're a musician. I got natural talent, so I'm lazy, but I'm working on my work ethic, man. You know how I worked on my work ethic? I'll tell you exactly what I did. And it worked in different ways because I told you, I said earlier that my focus is bad. My focus is bad. I can't work a lot. So before, let's see, stand up was pretty easy because I would leave at a certain time every day. I just remember I dedicated at 5 p.m. every day. I had to be out. I was like, my life I had to pick a thing that my life revolved around, right? So I said, no matter what, at 5 p.m. we leave and we go do stand up. I don't care if you work out that day. I don't care if you do whatever else. No matter what happens in your life, you're gonna go do stand up at 5. When writing came around before the baby, I was getting up at 4 in the morning to write because I had to be at work at like 11. So I was like, okay, great. You get up, you write. You meditate, you do all that good stuff that get your brain right, whatever you need to do. This after I've learned about some meditation and stuff like that. Which, if you don't do it, you should do it, and that takes practice as well. But it changed a lot for me, which we could talk about later. But then it was about doing something at the same time every day. I wanted to build. So even like if you want to go to the gym, like right now, I'm trying to get up and go to the gym at before everybody else wakes up. So at 6:30. Right now, I'm trying to get up earlier, but right now we're gonna start at 6:30. So I set my alarm every day for 5:30, and then it goes off again at 6 and then 6:15 and so on. And so I don't care if I even get up and go to the gym. My goal right now is to get up at 6 every day. Is to get up and be active and brush my teeth by 6:02 is the goal. And usually by the time I brush my teeth, I'll go out to the gym. Those days I don't get up, I'm like, I missed the gym this day. I felt tired, I felt lazy, but I want to make sure I make a habit of getting up at the same time because then your body expects that at the same time every day. And then you feel weird when you don't do it. There's this book called Mini Habits. I forgot the author's name. But he explained a lot about, yo, if you can't get up and like do push-ups, can you do one push-up? We always talk about we're gonna go do 100 in a day. It was like just do one. Usually if you'll do one, you'll do more. He was like, just do them in a bed. He was like, so what? If you're already on the bed, just promise yourself to do one push-up in the bed. And for me, a lot of it was just building habits. Even when I had lost a gang of weight, I was doing it. And this is what kind of tripped me about fasting. Is that I remember I told myself I was gonna fast for like 8 hours that day, and I was struggling after like hour and a half. I was like, "Yo, I gotta eat something, man." And I just realized how much eating was mental, way more mental than physical. It was so much more. Eating is so much more of a habit because we're told to do it 3 times a day your entire life. And the longest fast I did was 4 days. I went 4 days with no food, just water, tea, and coffee, and I felt great. And I only broke my fast because I met Giovanna on our first date. We ate, and then I ate her. Hilarious. Too much information. Uh, ah, I just do this to make myself laugh, you guys. She's gonna hate all that. That's gonna be hilarious if she ever watches this. I'll probably just delete it by then. So anyways, yeah. So I started to do like little habits, and it started building from there. And then I just tried to get better every time I did something. So at 4, so even right now, I wake up at 6. It's like cool. Now that I'm getting up at 6:30 every day, can I get up earlier? Can I get up earlier? I keep trying to get up a little bit earlier. I want to get back to getting up at 4:30 all the time. That used to be the perfect thing, dude. I would get up at 4:30. I would sit down. I would meditate. I would write, and I had so much time to myself in the morning. Because what happens is that some people work early, and I understand that because when I'm in the gym early, there's people there and they get dressed and they go to work straight from the gym, which is crazy dedication that I don't have. I get to go sit in my pajamas and do nothing if I want to. My meetings usually don't start to like 10 or 11. If it's a shoot day, we gotta be there early, but we only shoot, shit for a month or two at a time. So I don't have to be on set a whole lot. But uh for me, it was just like the mornings, it was so quiet. And by the time probably by the time 8 or 9 happened, my day doesn't belong to me anymore, especially now that I have a kid. My day belongs to Izzy, it belongs to my wife, it belongs to my mom, it belongs to whoever's trying to work with me, how many emails I get. So I try to beat the day early on. And I used to tell myself, don't lose to the day. And that was just a like anytime you want to go to the gym, you want to go work out, and we'd have procrastination. You don't ever want to lose. Yeah, so I was always my thing is like don't lose the day. If you don't go to the gym, you lose the day. The first thing on my mind in the morning was getting up to go work out. If you don't do it, I lost the day. And I hated losing. I hate losing. I'm an athlete by background, and I fucking hate losing. So if I don't go to the gym in the morning or don't do any kind of workout, it eats at me because I fucking lost to myself. And that fucking bothers me to lose to your own fucking inhibitions. Ugh. So that was my biggest thing about being motivated. I didn't want to not be successful because of me. Hey, if I'm black, like my smile, I'm too fat, fine. But I don't want to lose because I suck or I didn't work hard enough. You know what I mean? That's why that's a problem to me. I gotta know that I'm doing my best. And if it doesn't work out and I feel like I get my best, I can live with it. But if I know it doesn't work out and I was slacking and I was like, you should have did that, you should have did that, you could have, you had ample every opportunity to do that and you didn't do it because of me. That's the problem. I don't want to lose because of me. Um, yeah, self-sabotage is real. And that's what procrastination is. Also, though, I honestly think that procrastination is a real mental disability disorder. I really do. I read some books on I read a lot of books on procrastination, but I read this one study that it could be a debilitating mental thing about procrastination. Um, and I realized that the opposite of procrastination is the opposite of procrastination is why am I blanking on the word? Uh, it's foresight and doing the thing ahead of time. What's the word? Somebody help me with the word. Procrastination. You got to be. I was waiting to see words hop in there. Uh, Man, I mean, this woman at UPS used to tell me all the time that you had to be proactive, not preparation, proactive, proactive. Yeah, the opposite of procrastination is just proactivity. So the more you can set up for yourself, the better. See note with me. The more so now in my mind, so like now at night, I write down everything I want to do tomorrow. I make my little to-do list, which is always in here. I have a to-do list for everything that I do tomorrow, and it's usually like 5 things, and I do anything. I gotta go to the store because 'cause I'm super flighty, I have 0 attention span, so I gotta go to the store and get these things, go work out at this time, and even if I miss it, I try to get close. I have a meeting at this time, work on this, and this thing. At least get this done, at least get that done, so suggest some good books. So the book that changed my life is a book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. I was working at the Flyaway, um, and this lady came out. And so at the Flyaway, I would load luggage for the bus. Appreciate y'all keeping me coming for the drive. Enjoy the weekend. See you Tuesday. Bye. No doubt, Miss McKeeba. See you Tuesday. Oh, you're in the Keon's Patreon. All right. Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out. I know shit, 6:15. I gotta get out of here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure the family's been calling and texting me, but I've been ignoring them for you guys. I chose you over my entire family. So, No Excuses by Brian Tracy. I was at the Flyaway loading luggage, and this lady came up with with the luggage, of course. She had the book that was tattered. This book was, I was like, ew, like, how long have you had this book? And she's like, this book is my Bible. This book changed my entire life. And then I reread it like 2 times a year. And she's like, it's the greatest thing I've ever read, and it changed everything for me. And I was like, this one book did all that. But when I tell you it looked like an old fucking ancient Bible, I was like, all right. So I did it on Audible because that's why I do everything. I do Audible because I can't sit down and read. And then, like I said, No Excuses by Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy talked about me from page one to the end. I was like, damn, dog. Who told you all about me? Um, and that's also the other thing, Crow Little, is when you hear something, do it. Now, when anybody tells me about a book, I go buy it right now, or whatever I need, I go do it right now. I don't do the. I had to stop even procrastinating on the. I'm about to go buy this or about to go do that. So No Excuses literally changed everything I did. I listened to it at least. Man, I listened to that book probably 3 or 4 times in a year. I listened to The Alchemist, which is also one of my favorite books. The Alchemist, I probably do that book 3 or 4 times a year. I think Will Smith's book is honestly going to be, I listened to it twice already. I think it's going to be in my new rotation of books I listen to often. Um, yeah, I definitely do Audible. What else? The book that changed me weight wise was this book called The Obesity Code by Dr. Jason Fung, PH, I think it was. No, I think it's Fung. The Obesity Code is how I lost all the weight in the beginning, pre-baby weight. And I should probably should just go back and listen to it again and get some good habits again. But I've noticed the thing about me is that when I brainwash myself with positivity, I'll do whatever I'm thinking about. And then in one of those books, and any self-help book, any book, personal development book, everybody uses this quote that says, "You are what you think about all day long." I can't remember who said it at the moment, but It's a quote I hear all the time from all these people is that you are what you think about all day long. And a lot of it early on was like negative thoughts for me. And I used to think like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not funny. Hey, Tony was always one of my best friends for sure. And I used to think that you're not as funny as Tony, which I still really believe that. But I didn't also tell myself, but you're good at other things. I was just like, well, you won't be that, but you can be under that. and now I go like, oh, you don't have to be as funny as Tony is on stage. All you got to do is bring the best out of your brand of comedy. Now I tell myself these things that is, is truth. And even with the writing, is that you found your own lane. You find stuff that you can do. I remember I had a homie. He was like, "You're not even the funniest person in your own house." And that always stuck with me. It was funny but hurtful, but I was like, damn, that's hilarious. But I was also roommates with one of the funniest people I know. So I couldn't be too mad. So it's like a great compliment at the same time from my buddy. You know what I mean? Because I think I was pretty funny on stage. Um, but I used to just tell myself bad things. I used to tell myself that was dumb, that's stupid, that's a horrible idea. Instead of just going like, dude, this will work if you work on this, just work it out. And I would just talk myself out of really good ideas all the time because of just self-negative thoughts. And now I think about negative thoughts, and I recognize it. I go like, hey, 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 bitch ass out of here, you negative thought. The fuck out of here. What do you know? So now I'm able to, and that was a lot of it. Just was able to catch those thoughts. Be able to catch them. It says I'm unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I got unstable connection. You guys still with me? It said unstable connection. I guess it's a sign to get out of here, if anything. So uh, yeah. So books real quick. I really recommend Will's book. There's a actually I'll tell you what. Next time. Let's say Monday-ish. We'll see Monday or Tuesday-ish. I can't promise that I can do a I hope I didn't have one of those freezes and one of them weird looks. You be like on a freeze, and then you come back. I hate those. But let's say Monday or Tuesday that we do another live. I don't know how do you tell people that you're gonna go live? Can you do that? I don't know anything about this. I'll look it up, and maybe I can send out an alert or some shit. And then we'll just talk books, man. I'll just show you guys my entire library on Audible and what I thought and what I liked and what I didn't like, and we can go from there, man. Would y'all like that? How's that sound? Does that sound nice? Would that be nice? Would you like that? Would you like to have a book club? Let's start a book club. Let's start a book club. Come on. We just talk books. We'll sit down, have some tea, uh, have some little tea cookies. I don't know what you call them. Little tea cookies. We'll sit back and we'll sit by the fire and have our slippers on and our robes and we'll smoke little pipes and then we'll tell each other what you're thinking and your biggest fears and all that good stuff and all that good stuff. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. We'll start Monday with we'll start with no excuses, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys man, check it out. We'll just talk. And I'll tell you the things that stuck out to me that I still do every day from no excuses. Fireside E what chatters? Fireside chairs. I don't know what you're trying to say, Krulo. I don't know if that's a typo or just some shit I'm not up on. I'm also very old and I hate technology. I hate new shit. I love technology. I just hate new people who know it. Yo, this metaverse has been blowing my mind. All right, anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go. We'll talk about metaverse another day. This has been going crazy. All right, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Let's talk again, man. Let's talk again. I love going live with you guys. It's mad fun. Tell your friends, share all that good shit. And I'll see you guys Monday-ish, Tuesday-ish. No promises. Okay. You have a great weekend, man. Be safe. Um, yeah, all that good stuff. I'm horrible. Go see the I am. I got tickets tonight, 10:45 to go see Spider-Man. So I'll be sleeping through it most likely. I'm already exhausted, but I'll probably just do some coke and just stay up. You know what I mean? Do a little couple bumps through the movie. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. All right. I appreciate you guys. I don't do drugs. All right. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.